Hey everybody, welcome back with Spelunky having been completed. We are ready to do what needs to be done. We're ready, you know, let's take Tina here. We're gonna take Tina, we're gonna try to get Hu Yi's Arrow of Light. We're gonna try to ride Chi Lin like some kind of pixelated 16-bit Sagittarius. We're gonna shoot an egg in its solar plexus and become one as to God. That's the game plan. Been actually playing like a lot of Spelunky lately. Bruh. Which shouldn't come as a surprise necessarily, because like it's a great game. I made the biggest commitment you can make as a video game streamer, member of the media, etc., etc. I named Spelunky 2 on Twitter my game of the year in a tweet with no capital letters or punctuation. Which I think makes it official. It's been a weird and also, like, I think it's been maybe a bad year for AAA games. I wouldn't really know, honestly, because I'm like a caricature of a AAA gamer. I don't know, man. You know how it goes. We don't need to go off on this tangent like every single time. But whenever I'm like, I like to play AAA sports games, people are like, you're not a real gamer unless you play Sony's third-person action-driven games, Ghosts of Tsushima, and also The Last of Us 2 Part 6, you know? I'm not, it's just, you know, I'm too old for the gatekeeping. I'm supposed to be the age where we do the gatekeeping, where like, you're not a real gamer unless you played, you know, Rogue back in the day. Used to get that all the time when I played, well, you know, when it was still novel that I was playing so much Isaac. They're like, you're calling this a roguelite. It's not really that much like Rogue, just for your information. And I was like, you know what? I'll suffer the slings and arrows of an angry populace, because one day I'll get to be that angry populace. And now, bunch of 22-year-old punks getting up on my grill going, hey, you're not a real gamer unless you know what Abby can bench press in The Last of Us Part 2. And I'm like, man, I don't even, isn't that game about like, I thought it was about like a mushroom apocalypse or something. I only play games that are about either like cards or cars or the National Hockey League, apparently, or like flying like an Airbus A340 and trying to land it on like a really just a runway that's not appropriate for a plane of that size. So but yeah, like I felt like last year I really did, I thought a little bit longer and harder about my game of the year contenders, which I think is fair. You know, this year I have had a lot of stuff going on, as has everybody, and I don't know, I wouldn't say that I have had more than most, but you know, we had a kid, as you're well aware at this point, I'm sure, because I won't shut up about it. Like, oh, it's like a life-changing event or something. Hold on, I got a whole game plan here. You just gotta work with me on this one. First, we're gonna get the Ghost Pod. This could be a very financially nice floor for us. We already got the Ujat Eye, but we didn't ring the bell as Daniel likes us to do. I apologize for that. We should have done this in the opposite direction, because I was just gonna say we may need to use a rope. And in fact, if we had not done the trick, we wouldn't have needed to use a rope, so I'm a little embarrassed with myself, but so be it. Yeah, last year I remember, like, really thinking, like, I took, like, a long shower, and I was thinking in the shower, like, how, oh, we'll take ropes for sure. I was thinking in the shower, like, what's my games of the year? Because I played, like, a lot of Slay the Spire. I played a lot of Slay the Spire in 2018, when it was in early access, as well. Don't drop any more, dude. Okay, well, it turns out you could've, but actually, you know what? Let's use a bomb here, because we got so many bombs, we might as well. I was hoping that would trigger the arrow trap, but just be cool. That's exactly what we wanted to happen, honestly. And I remember being like, okay, so it's like Slay the Spire is gonna be number 1. I forget what I put in number 2. I think I put like Tetris 99 at number 2. And I think that's very fair. Like, I think Tetris 99 is an amazing game. And it really highlights, for me, The fact that I'm just a mechanics guy, like through and through. Tetris 99, Slay the Spire, essentially no story. Slay the Spire kind of like, they have like half a story. I don't mean that in an insulting way, but like the story is like, you know, a little bumper at the start of the game that's like, ah, you're climbing the dang tower or whatever. This year I was kind of like a little bit more, I was less formalized with it, I suppose. I think this should be okay. I wanted to make sure it actually crumbled. But I really think Spelunky 2 is going to end up being my #1. And I think that Monster Train is going to be second. And it's not meant, because, like, you know, people... I've been in the industry, like, a long time. I know that when people look at Game of the Year lists, they're not really looking to see, like, oh, is my #1 their #1? They're looking to see, like, oh, what game did you snub to actually, like, make this list happen? People feel like, in some way, I snubbed One Step from Eden. I think One Step from Eden is an awesome game. You know? In fact, it's one of those things where I'm like, you gotta acknowledge that when you get on my case about not giving the accolades to One Step from Eden that you feel like it deserves, you gotta remember, I'm like that game's biggest, fan in the so-called media space. I'm like, I don't know if that game, and it should, by the way, because it's awesome, but I don't know if that game got, like, any degree of, quote-unquote traditional coverage, right? Like, and it deserves it, because it's very, very good. But don't get on my case for not naming it, you know, my game of the year. I played a lot of it, I liked it. I liked it a lot. I'm also taking some heat for Hades, but Hades is really like, you know, it's like the you met me at a strange time in my life kind of game, you know? Like, we played it in early access. And by the way, I think Hades is amazing. You can go back and see dozens of tweets that I made, like, last January when I started playing Hades. And the tweets are all like, hey, this game is amazing. Don't forget about it when Game of the Year deliberations come around. And then Game of the Year deliberations coming around and you're like, you're forgetting about it. No, I'm not forgetting about it. I just feel weird because I didn't really play the 1.0. And I didn't really play the 1.0 because we had a baby, like, literally within a day of the 1.0 release. Doesn't, like, it's not going anywhere. We could still play it, but, you know, having spent so much time on it in January as well, you're like, you know, I could put it on the back burner for a bit because I already, you know, I mean, I know what's going on. I played so much of it already. Just be cool here. With the torch, should be very easy to kill Quillback here without having to use a bomb. Or alternatively, you know, get killed. Now, I probably should consider getting some extra HP. I think we got, like, literally no Monties on the first, like, on the mines, which is kind of surprising, but, you know, you can see how that happened when you recognize that we got, like, so many, or so much money, really. Like, 52,000, probably gonna be, like, more like 54 by the time we leave. Maybe 53. It's really good. Like, especially considering we actually spent 10,000, that's, like, a really good place to be. Now, the flip side is we have no items. So we'd really love to see paste. We'd really love to see some boots with the fur. Thank you to the monkey for falling in front of the rock there, or the skull. That was my intention, but if he had not been there, we would have really faced some serious trouble. Based on the fact that it would have smashed the ghost pot, so... You know the plan for the jungle. It's like the opposite of that Neil Young song, you know? We're not gonna run through the jungle. If anything, we're gonna go through the jungle at a medium pace. Now, I don't really care to bring Monty with me. I know I said we should get more HP. And I actually very much stand by that. Like, 5 HP is not a ton. Well, you know, we'll see how we feel once we get over this. That's not too bad. Alright, I think Maybe we're totally fine with this then. We could spend some money, get some HP on the turkeys. I don't know, man. Like, with 5 HP, I know I'm literally, like, walking back what I said seconds ago. But HP is, like, one of the things that I feel like I have a statistical bias. Either toward or against. How much do the turkeys cost each? 3,000? Look, if this will make you feel better, I'll tell you what. I'll buy 6,000 worth of turkeys. It's like buying the second cheapest bottle of wine at a restaurant. You never want to buy the cheapest because people are like, oh, this guy, he's a cheapskate. You never want to buy the most expensive. Like, come on. You're not made of money, but, you know, you get the... If you give people the 3 options... This is actually, like, you know, I'm not a master of psychology, I think it's clear. I know enough about psychology to recognize that, very little except for the fact that I'm kind of a weirdo. Thank you, by the way, for being in an easy position for us to get to here. But, I thought there was, like, in sales, there's, like, a technique where, like, if you offer people... one option, you know, you'll have a conversion rate of whatever. You know, let's just say hypothetically it's like 10%. If you offer people, even if you only want to offer one option, like you really want to, like, your bread and butter is like this, you know, the silver package or whatever. If you offer like a bronze package, which is worse than the silver, and a gold package, which is better than the silver, your sales of the silver package will go up. That's again, I don't have anything to back that up, but I thought that was like a, observable phenomena. We already know this is garbage, right? Well, let's not call it garbage yet. Let's not say things we can't take back. Alright, it's trash? I don't think that's the black market. I think that's one of those weird, like, janky secret rooms. I do see... Altar City. Appeals to me quite a lot. Appeals to me quite a lot. We have no idea at present where Monty is. Always scary on these weird floors when you don't have Monty, because he really could be like in could be anywhere. Could even be in like a secret shop or something. I know you're like, you could have sacrificed. Oh, frick! It is the black market, dude. Okay, we got very little time. Just chill out. So it's closer to the right. It's scary to come in here in the first place, because you're like... You know, if it's not here, you'd feel pretty bad. So it's very simple. We actually have a ton of money. Like, this is really good. Which means Monty must be in here. Which actually is totally fine. So we don't really care where we bring the altar. It could be here, or we could bring the, sorry, the idol. We could bring the idol to the real exit. Like, everything works fine. We got 40 grand left to spend. I think there's like a couple of gimmies here. Obviously, we want climbers if they got them. I see a jetpack and a cape. We want spike shoes. No problems there. Alright, so let's buy the stuff we want to buy now. Spike shoes for certain. We got 1 minute and 45 seconds. I believe it or not, and I know we've been through this a lot lately, but I don't know why I'm talking like this, but we're gonna buy the cape. I prefer the cape, I think, to the jetpack. The extra purchasing power is just like a nice potential bonus. We don't really need more bombs, but with so little good stuff for sale, I think we would buy out like bombs and compass, and possibly skeleton key is very cheap as well. And then like it's less of like, oh, like I don't have the money, and it's much more like this shop doesn't have the things I really want. Can't afford that. I wonder if we'd bought out the other shop if we'd be able to afford it, but probably not. Either way. No gloves means ropes are a little bit more valuable, but we're still very happy with this. We just gotta... This is where I would just be like, you know what? Now you just gotta remember, you gotta move pretty quick. No paste is also garbage. So, by the way, you might be like, would you describe that as pretty quick? No, but I would describe us as being alive, which is pretty sweet. Though that's an item we did not get. We're not sweating it. Okay, I'm kind of sweating. I'm a little upset. I wanted to throw this in, but just peeking. Because we did find Child of the Forest here. Yeah. Okay. We got like 2 seconds till the ghost comes. Might as well smash it. Get out of there. Actually feel like that went extremely well. Don't. That's fine. We want a throwable. This is it's a throwable. That's the Child of the Forest. Great location for it. Is that a moon? It is a moon challenge. When it hits your eye, like a big pizza pie, that's amore. Let me tell you that much. Okay, could have been smoother, but not too disappointed by that. We have to go back up and get the Child of the Forest for sure as well, because those bombs are worth a lot. Okay, crates, nothing wrong with them. It's not what we're looking for though. Love having the glasses here, man. Love having the glasses. We're looking for the bow of Hu Yi, and it has been discovered. How about that? There's only like one item I'm actually sore about not having, and it's the climbing gloves, man. I know several months ago, which is probably like 2 weeks ago, but you know, time is kind of distorted for me right now. Like, I just, as a tangent to that bit, it really is weird, like, having a child, what it does to your concept of age. Like, one of my friends from high school has a 7-year-old and a 5-year-old, and last year I thought they were babies, you know? Like, last year his daughter was 6, and I was like, she's like a little, I mean, she is a little kid, right? But she's like, basically like a toddler. Because, you know, I didn't know what a toddler was to begin with. Now, a 7-year-old is actually like, to me, because our baby is less than 3 months old right now, it actually feels like his daughter is like older than somebody in their 60s. Which makes obviously no sense, is mathematically incoherent. Honestly, just stupid might be a pretty apt way to describe it. But it's like, because my frame of reference is warped by our own experience. I didn't even see the mosquito in there, man. You know, I just, like, I think about age so much differently than I did. Like, and even, like, when I see our baby, I'm like, she's huge. I'm like, oh my god, is she, like, 7 feet tall? No, she's, like, I don't know. I'm trying to think of, like, the measurement. She's, like, I don't know, 60... I was gonna say 60 inches. That doesn't seem right. 60 centimeters, maybe? No, that can't be right either. That's... Anyway, long story short, she's, like, slightly longer than the average baby her age. But to me, because, you know, I'm thinking in terms of baby, I'm like, she's like... It's like the Yao Ming of babies. All that for a ghost pot, you know, like, I'm not sure if I would recommend it, but... Especially, like, we have the arrow, but, like, for some reason, I'm always wary to use the arrow. Like, I'm convinced that the arrow is gonna... I'm so stupid. We're okay. Like, I'm convinced the arrow's gonna get eaten by the man-eater. And then you're probably like, but you don't even care about the arrow. That's the weird thing, is that, like, you're absolutely right. Definitely care about the bow. Don't give two shakes of a lamb's tail, which you'll note that they give out quite willingly. Don't give 2 shakes of a lamb's tail about the arrow itself. Probably shouldn't be taking chances on that. Definitely do want to gamble, but it's gonna be close. I'm pretty proud of the way we played this run. I know, like, that's the thing I say before we die, but, for real. For realsies. I feel like we've done an awesome job. Basically, like, have not been hit. Maybe literally have not been hit. I did that on purpose, you see. Bro. That's all I wanted to see. Like... No! What happened? I'll tell you what happened. Dang, spring shoes, hadn't quite entered the old, like, solid state processing area in the brain yet. So I thought to myself, we'll be fine, and then we hit our head on the little spikes, and then the big spikes, kind of finished the job. And by kind of, I mean definitely. Anyway, that was a really good run. The whole reason I was doing that, and it's an embarrassment, but I wanted to make sure we got the last child of the forest, because I was like, yeah, it's kind of risky, but at the same time, what am I gonna do with only 22 bombs or whatever? Like, I need to have at least double that if I'm ever gonna stand a chance to... And I mean, it is the right idea, in a way, you just don't want to actually die in the process of doing it. The other thing I'll admit, that would have been a very nice area for us to actually take a jetpack instead of a cape. But I still... I do appreciate, I think, the cape more than the jetpack still. I was like, he's not making it. But I kind of believed that he would. Do we like the freeze ray? Like, that's the next question we have here. I think we really like the skeleton key early on. And I think we really like the matic as well. The freeze ray, I actually love the idea of it. I'm not sure I actually like the item itself. I think, like, the later you can get the freeze ray, the happier you're gonna be. This is weird because I, like, don't want to step on the thing, but if I don't step on the thing, then I won't be able to... Okay, I'm the smartest man of all time, accidentally. So, like, let's start... Oh, good, yeah. Really, really good idea to just slip and cost yourself 2 ropes here. It's alright, it's not like they're really valuable, especially in the early game when, you know, you don't know how things are gonna go at all. Obviously we want to take everything. Did Monty make it? I'm gonna assume the answer is yes. We're not gonna care about the Yang turkey situation. We're just going to get to safety. I suppose we could free that one turkey, but... I mean, I'm mostly operating under the principle that, like, the Yang vault, like, is better than it's ever been, and it still kind of sucks. So, let's just move on. This matic exists for this purpose. Okay. The more patience that sadly, I don't think we take that. The more patience you have for your, you know, escort missions at this stage of the game, I really think, like, the better off you're gonna be. So we can now open up a path here, because obviously, like, with the shopkeeper doing what they're doing over there, we're not gonna be thrilled with that. I actually do like the hover pack. I'm willing to just let you go. I actually really do like the hover pack, and I think we could realistically afford it. I'm so stupid, like, now I gotta go up to get the key. Even with the hover pack. Unless... No, it's not gonna work. Okay, so, like, just think before you act is good advice. Pretty much always. Oh my god. Are we gonna buy the hover pack? How much is it? It's 13,000. We could steal it. I don't mind the steal. I'm not sure if it's like... Oh, jeez. I'm not sure if it's recommendable. But we only have to survive for one floor. And we got bombs out of it is the other thing. Now we need the key. That's bad. I'm alive. I gotta go, like... I got no ropes to throw up at him. No! Kind of deserved. I mean, we're now in like a really awkward time frame for a run when you can't throw a speed run in afterwards. I'll give it one more college try, but this isn't the way I drew it up. I mean, I'm not very proud of myself. I'll start by saying that. It's not like I'm like, oh, I'm so happy to be in this dilemma where like, oh, only a mere 26-minute Spelunky 2 episode. But I'm disappointed with myself, but it's also, I think it's kind of understandable. Oh my god. That's gonna look intentional. I promise you that is not the case. Now that being said, if we could maybe pick up the pace or what have you, who knows if it could have quite an interesting effect on the gameplay at large. We have time to... Not really. All that for 100 gold, huh? Okay, remember, you're not speedrunning. We're not speed running. We are not speed running. What if we speed ran though? Anyway, what was I talking about? I feel like I never finished my train of thought. That weird. I mean, it's like I said this when I was in the hospital, like when we first had the delivery, and a lot of people were like, "Get this man some sleep." But people that have had young kids actually seem to relate. Like when you, like your brain reconfigures a huge amount of its like chemistry or something. And when you, as soon as you throw in a big science discipline and then or something, you should be aware. I don't know what I'm talking about, but basically all I'm saying. This all happened, by the way, because we didn't ring the bell. What a beautiful sound. But you know, your life changes in a big way when you have a baby, as you might expect. I started, like, because you're looking at this baby, you're fixating on this baby, started to just see everything from, like, the frame of reference, okay, of a baby, if that makes sense, which it really probably doesn't, and that's okay. But, like, when you're looking at, like, a little tiny baby all the time, when you see, like, a bathroom or something like that, something that's like huge, you're like, what the heck? That's a huge bathroom. Like, what kind of huge baby uses a bathroom like that? Doesn't even make any sense. I know I sound like I've truly lost my mind. This was really just in that phase, like right after the birth. Kate was like, I was noticing the same thing. It's weird, man. Like, your brain does weird stuff. I mean, you are also operating on, like, the least sleep you've ever had in your life. And also, every time you wake up, like, your first thought is, like, I gotta check and make sure, like, this creature is alive. So it's like, that was pretty incredible. You get a lot of, like, very adrenaline-driven awakenings. Let's put it that way. Suppose we should try to get the Kapala. Wouldn't that be a good faith effort to show you I'm not just trying to yeet this run into the ether? No, we can still get, well, we could probably still get the Kapala. Hold on. Like, I have to think about it just because, Whatever. We have to use a bomb to get Monty. Preferably without murdering him in the process. Mission succeeded. Then we would grab Monty, and we have to use turkeys to get up. And I think we should be able to, and then we have to use one more bomb to get paste. So it's like, you know, it's not easy. I don't even think we had to do that, but, you know, it's more like putting ourselves in a position to succeed. Did not anger the shopkeeper. I'm kind of surprised, like, how smoothly this has gone up to this point. And that's kind of amazing. You got to admit, like, we've tapped ourselves out completely on resources, yes, but the flip side of that is that, you know, the amount of value we got out of that one turkey. Hey, maybe it's a good reason for us to consider using more turkeys in the future. Good one. We'll be moving onwards now, immediately. Alright, so I've just resigned myself to the fact that, you know, probably going to be a bit of a long episode today, and you know what? That's totally fine. Yang's not even going to know what hit him, dude. Again, trying to avoid the famous last words. We do have the hover pack. Beautiful. Yang doesn't care. Even better. Break the ghost pot. A little spicy because it's gonna. I think it's gonna come from the right side, but that's okay. Look at that. All right, very, very nice. We picked up enough blood to level up. Neither one would be bad. Both. Sorry, it's okay, Monty. That's okay. Both bombs and ropes were of extreme value for us. Like, this run is actually better, without a doubt, than the run that we lost by being a fool. Okay, hold on. There's a little knock at the door. That's where you go like this. You know what? I might have to actually pick this one up. One sec. Hello, I have returned. The package deliveries, I'm not complaining, but they're so, like, efficient now. They drop it off. You know, like, you go to open the door. In half a second, we gotta go to Volcano on this one. In half a second, they're gone. Like they were never there in the first place. Now, I will say, everybody is gonna be shouting, don't go to Volcano, you got a little power, you got a hover pack on. I don't disagree. Okay, and, you know, we probably, you know, in hindsight, like, yeah, could have let him actually get us into Volcano, I suppose, instead of just going for the KO. You wouldn't understand, sweetheart. It's an advanced level tactic. We probably should not go to Volcano from a mechanics standpoint, but there's positives to it. For one, hover pack, unless we get hit by a single flame, will make Volcano easier. Secondly, we already have boots. We already have, you know, some good items in that capacity. You might laugh, but I'm like, you can't just throw the hover pack, huh? This is not smart. Yeah, so, like, what was the what was the plan? Well, we're gonna get Vlad's cape anyway, but I really just didn't want to use a bomb. But, yeah, like, I don't know. Maybe it would have been completely worth a bomb. We don't have any ropes, unfortunately. I'll be the first to tell you, I don't think on this run in particular, the run is amazing, but I don't think our standard of play is really that good right now. But if ifs and nuts were candies and butts, we'd all have a Merry Christmas, man. Okay, so we gamble now. That's our new modus operandi. Is to engage in a little bit of the old gambling. So we got 2 1 in 4 chances in a row. We got 3 1 in 4 chances in a row. That's like a 1 in 64 chance. You know what? We got out of it. Got ourselves a nice little compass. Got ourselves a freeze right now. We got ourselves a nice little compass. A second climbing glove so we don't have to one-hand it all the way up the wall. Don't mind if I do. Do still need to get Van Horsing on this floor, but everything else is going pretty well. And remember, we don't really get much. Come on, man. We don't really get much for doing this. Except for the items that he actually has available in the casino, but still. Yoink. Okay, okay. So we're choosing to essentially leave the freeze ray behind. Yeah, that's... Goodbye. Alright, well, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, click the like button. Thanks for watching. I'm bad. I apologize. And, yeah, I'll see you next time, I suppose. Goodbye.